Hey everybody, welcome to Field of Dreams on NCBNTT. I'm Steve David, I'm your host. Today we talk football with two special football analysts. Let me take time to introduce them. Viewers, meet Ahkeela Moland. Welcome to Ahkeela. And Anthony Clarke. Welcome to Anthony.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Good. We want to talk about our upcoming. Let's talk about our Grenada game. It's said that we haven't beaten Grenada since 2008, which sounds ridiculous. But I suspect there's a lot of draws in that, and so on and so on. But we haven't beaten them. So let's break down the team, see what we think, see how we can help them to move this slate forward and get a victory in the upcoming game. All right. So, Clarke, I know you like to talk, but ladies first.
Ladies first.
Ahkeela, what do you think our fate is going to be?
Well, I'm a Trini, so I'll go positive and say that once we go with the front foot forward, we should. But when you look at the last three outings against Grenada, it's three draws, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, and then 1-0 in favor of Grenada. I think it was 2-0. So we haven't beaten Grenada since 2008. So that is quite a while. So and then looking at the Grenada team now, they have like 6 foreigners playing at a top level. So on Wednesday wouldn't be an easy night for us, but I would think it should be a positive one for us.
Yeah, but I mean, there's 6 Grenadians who play outside, so we have at least 6 Trinidadians who play outside.
Yes,
it depends on the level, and I don't know what level they play on, but you think they like the Jamaicans? The Jamaicans have people in the Premier League and other big leagues in the world. What about the Grenadians? Where they come from?
They play at the recognized league, but as you say, I'm not familiar if they constantly gain playing time or sufficient playing time, or they just on the bench and stuff like that. But for them to even get selected to be there, they're supposed to be of some sort of caliber. So we had to place that respect there, so we can't just go outside there and sleep on them. So it's World Cup, and when people come to the World Cup, they have a different mentality, different energy system and stuff like that. So we just had to go outside there and put our best effort forward come Wednesday.
Right. Anthony Clarke, what do you think about it?
Let me ask Ahkeela, because I'm not right from since 2008. In terms, I know normally when we play the Caribbean teams, it is normally with a local-based team. Was these last couple of games tournament games or practice games?
Friendlies.
Friendlies, right. Yeah. So, normally when we play any of the Caribbean teams, we don't bring back what will be our real national team. And that would be more the local-based team that is being prepared, and, you try to get games and so on. So I won't pay too much attention to the draws and the losses from since 2008 with Grenada. When we come on the big stage, we would have way more experience than Grenada in terms of playing these type of tournaments. That is not to underestimate Grenada. That is just to look at, and we will be playing at home. So it's expected that we will come out victorious against Grenada on Wednesday. I like what Coach Angus has done over the past couple of months, where he had mainly the local-based team getting results for us. And he has used a lot of the local guys, and he's getting, and he was kind of forced into doing it from the fallout of the last right? Was it the Gold Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, last Gold Cup, and he was forced to use the locals, which I've always said that our nucleus of players should be local, with an impetus of key foreign-based players to add to the local team, because no coach can say that they are good by coaching 20 local-based players over the course of the year, and only 2 of the players going to make the final team. Therefore, you're not coaching anybody, right? So I'm hopeful that we would have at least half of the team that will be the local-based players that he would have gotten the results from over the last couple of outings, and with the inputs of the Levi Garcia and the Ryran Telfer and so on, the key players that will come in and add value to the team. So I think that, right, we should have a good outing.
But don't you think, though, if we have a good, solid, local-based team, we should just bring the people we need to fit with them to go forward?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we bring in a whole bunch of...
Correct. We
don't even know if they play or
well,
not play.
this time around, Steve, we have 9 local-based players on the squad. Prior to that, we would normally have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So it shows that, we are growing, right, in that aspect.
What do you think, Lee?
And I will even throw one more to that 9, 10, because Raymond, he plays left back. He's on attach, and he's currently here.
Right.
So I
we
would
have
say
10.
10. You know what I mean? So that's good. As you mentioned, that's really good to see.
All right. And part of that is we have a couple of older guys still in the team. So I thought we were going away from that. But we kind of coming back and slowly embracing that. And
when you say older guys?
Referring to Woodley?
In the 30s.
Yeah.
I think
I think it's just him alone.
No.
No?
There's quite a few of them who's 30-something. I mean, can't call him now.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to call him now. But they have, I think we need to, football is a young man's sport, man. It's a young...
If you have one, right, mature player in the squad, I can understand that, you know, and especially if he's a specialist like a goalkeeper or a key striker and still being able to put that ball behind the net. Yes, I can understand that.
And Woodley is one of the special players.
Right. He's a forward, right?
He's a forward striker.
And he's in form right now.
And he's in form.
So that I can understand Woodley. That's why I only thought it was him. But unless you're thinking about the other foreign-based players who are a little older in their 30s, like Alvin. Alvin is in his late 20s, early 30s. Right, Levi now is late 20s, early 30s. So unless you count in
Aubrey,
yeah, but they are still playing at a high level, and you know, they are still in their first teams. So yes, we have to do a lot of development, which we falter on a lot. We don't do proper the development, and yeah, that is why, you know, I've always mentioned that our players make the national team too old. We don't see any 17-year-olds Ahkeela, right, like everywhere else in the world making the national team. When I was 17, I was on the senior team.
Yeah.
Right? When Latapi was 17 and 16, we were on the senior team. Right? But we now have players making the national team at 24 and 25 for their debut. That is where our problem is.
Yeah, you know, if we brainstorm a little bit and we look back at our 2006 World Cup squad.
Old players.
Almost everybody
was old. Yes, correct.
In the 20s or
20s? I will say 30s. Everybody was in the 30s there already.
No.
Well, no, yes. But, right, the majority of the team.
On the 2006 squad?
Yeah.
No. Everybody was 20-something.
Late 20s.
Late 20s.
Early
no.
30s. The
Now
Avery Johns and all of those late 20s, early 30s.
Stone John and those guys?
Yeah, late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. All right, but I look at our squad, our 70 squad, and everybody was like 21, 22.
Correct.
22.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to stray a little bit, but you make a great point there. But when you're on the ground and you're dealing with the mindset of the football here, you see, for example, the Republic Cup or the different tournaments they have here. I know the Olympics have it where they will have you can have 2 under 23 players, whatever that. But when you say it, the younger players, I do believe the younger players here is their opportunity to showcase themselves, to like push yourself forward, because even if you are the under 20 tournament and you could play 3 over 20 players under 20 players, when those players, 3 players come onto the team, or the 6, you could have 6, but 3 at a time on the field, all they're looking towards on game is those 3 players now, and you're not giving the younger ones.
Totally agree,
so
right with you, Ahkeela. That is because Trinidad football now only concentrates on the Premier League or the Pro League or the Ascension League. We no longer have what I call zone football. So therefore, you don't get that feeder. And even with the Ascension League or the Premier League, you don't have a proper reserve league. Right? Every professional league has a reserve league, so players coming back from injury and so on. There's an entire reserve tournament mirroring the Premier League tournament, right? The English Premier League or the Red League in France. There's an entire reserve league where the reserves play every week, just like, and I've spoken about this many a time here on this program, that our development of football is in a mess. We only concentrate on and spend all the money on the elite league, but we don't understand that to keep an elite league, the money needs to be spent in development. In development of youths, you are doing that, so you will understand the importance of that, right? Development of youths, that's how you keep your Premier League. But and that's why we have players, right, making their debut at the 20s and 30s.
Yeah. But let me answer to some of that. We could hardly or barely making it to run our top league. So to have a reserve to that, no club would be able to afford that.
And I agree. That is why the zonal football is important. So therefore, that will be your feeder. You would look at players playing because we're still thinking about paying players. I have always advocated that we should not have a professional league in Trinidad and Tobago paying anybody, because the standard of football is not deserving for anybody to be paid. So go back to the zonal football, go back to amateur football. Our best standard of football was when we were amateurs. We have fallen since we have turned professional. The teams that performed over the years, your team coming up the ranks to the strike squad, we were all amateurs. The foreigners were Dwight York and Leonson, Lewis and Latapi, who were playing overseas. But every other player was a local amateur.
And we're still in that, because it's just amateurs getting paid.
Just amateurs getting paid.
But we need to do better. What's your take on it? Development, like you said.
Yeah, I'm all for the development part. I mightn't 100% share the sentiment of my colleague here, in the sense why I say that for is that then I think the younger ones need to have a little aspiration to aim for something now. I understand what you're saying, but the younger ones who are coming up, they don't have to look for outside to say, well, go outside and play. They could see that we have a professional league here that pays, and they could play home here. I think we need to establish a more level of professionalism here, you know what I mean, and get the resources pumped in. But I don't think we need to keep looking outside for that whole level of professionalism when the youth and them could see it here now, because one of these youths and them might never come in contact with Messi or Ronaldo or Zidane, any one of them, but they might come in contact with our local professional players here.
But Ahkeela, you are talking about our local standard of professionalism is not what professionalism should look like. So when you asking for the youths to see that, to aspire to that, that is what could be having our standard lower, because it's really amateurs that you're calling professionals. And if that is the standard, it's not much to reach that standard.
Well, let's call it the top league, the top players, the group where our top players is.
And that's what we had.
Right.
After amateurs, we had zonal football, where the best of South play the best of North, play the best of East, the best of Tobago. Right. And then after that, you have inter-tournament like that. And that's how you get the best of the best. And that's where the national team used to come from. So you still aspire to something, to write the best of the best. But I don't call what we have here as professionalism, and it's a disservice for the youths to aspire to that level.
All right, let's take a break now, but when we come back, Ahkeela, I want you to select a team for me, a national team, because you know the players better than any one of us here. You're in tune with what's going on. So when you come back, I want you to select starting 11 that we're going to give the Angers to go ahead and start this game. Viewers will be right back after the short break.
Change Talk TV to the sound, boy, better stay calm, be cool.
Hi, I am Nigel Coutier.
Hi, I'm Jemima Joseph.
And I'm Jovan Paulette.
We are coming to a community near you. We're going to speak community talk. We want to hear your issues, your concerns, or what will improve your community.
Look out for us. We'll be coming soon, Nigel and myself, to your community to hear in whatever way we can do to improve your environment, be it employment, infrastructure, anything to improve your living as well as our own.
Catch us on NCBNTT television for Community Talk.
Okay, welcome back, viewers. For the ones not tuning in, you're watching Field of Dreams on NCBNTT. My name is Steve David, and I'm the host. And joining me on the set is Ahkeela Moland and Anthony Clarke. Okay, before the break, Ahkeela, I said, since you're the expert here, or the more qualified, or the person who knows the players the best, let's help Angus pick a starting 11?
One thing I admit though, we know Angus to be a little defensive coach, but I have to give him his props this time around. He went with a lot of attacking players to choose from. So hopefully we go on to Grenada on Wednesday. But if I have to go with a starting lineup, I'll go with Denzel Smith from Club Sando in goal. He's labeled one
I'm
of
looking at the team, so
okay, sure. He is labeled one of the best goalkeepers in the Caribbean right now. So I'll go with him in goal. I'll go with Trimmingham and Garcia centre back. On the left side, it have no argument there whatsoever. With Raymond, he has been very consistent with the national team. He don't get beat. Yeah, for sure, I'll go with him left back. And Alvin Jones right back.
Where would they center right defense?
Aubrey?
No,
Aubrey and Garcia. No, I just want to
let us say
follow.
the team.
Okay, all right.
Let us say her team,
Yes.
and then we will break down the players as we go.
So Trimmingham and Garcia.
Okay.
Raymond left back.
Yes.
Alvin Jones right back.
Okay, right. I got it.
I would play with two sit-ins. I'll go with we know you're going to throw Philip inside there, right? He's playing Scotland, Philip. With Puran and Angoran from AC Cornerstone. Then on the left side, I'll go with Levi Garcia cutting. I'll go with the right side, I'll go with Rian Gill. And striker, I'll go with Mo. With Dante attacking. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go
very
back.
good.
Let's start with goalkeeper. Why Denzel?
When they did the analysis, right now they rate him as one of the best goalkeeper in the Caribbean. So having him at our disposal is only right that we put him in there to be that last time. Yeah.
You don't think he has? Do you think he has any competition?
Yeah, for sure. That the goalkeeper from prison.
Here on the NL.
Wow,
yeah.
he's a great catcher as well. Yeah, he has competition. That's why I said Angus. This time around, the team has a lot of competition in every position.
Okay, I noticed you left out the captain, so we don't have a captain.
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know who you will hand it to, but I like Aubrey. But I just Garcia is a class act right now, and I would have given him it. He's a leader. He has been consistent. You know what I mean? And Trimmingham is a really nice centre back as well. So I would give him the nudge over Aubrey for now.
Because Aubrey is not really a central back. Yeah. He's really a wing back.
A wing back, right back.
And now they're playing him in the central spot because of whatever reason. And so
that's why I left him out, because he's not a natural centre back. But if I had to get a nudge with Alvin Jones over Aubrey, I'll go with Alvin, because Alvin is more attacking and he's more comfortable with the ball at his feet now. Okay. And he loves to whip that ball over. That is the ball, because we have runners on top this time. So he will give us that different element coming from that wing back position now.
And then on the left back side?
Same thing with Raymond. He has been consistent.
And Raymond?
Yeah. He don't get beat at all. No, he's solid. That youth is solid.
Okay, but I wouldn't discount the captaincy of Aubrey. I think you need a leader on the team, and if it's not for that, who you had at right midfield?
Right, Rian Gill.
Right. So if it is that you like your two centre backs, although I like Aubrey in the middle there, I would push Alvin at right midfield and put Aubrey there, because I think you need a strong captain. From the players you've called, I don't see a leader to lead.
Hold. She also has two holding midfielders, right?
Yeah, two.
So the two holding midfielders, who are those two that you have?
Philip, the guy who plays in Scotland.
Right.
For sure, we don't have to put him there. And Puran Angoran from AC Porter's.
Okay.
Really nice player.
So he could go there as well.
So you're talking about that. So we're talking about the back now. The other two you're talking about is the two attacking midfielders. You're talking about
Well, Levi is on one side, and Right, you said, no, Right, for me, I'm trying to find a place from her team, which I like, for the captain, because I think leadership is just as important on the day. And I don't see from the team that she has called, although it's a technically sound team, I don't see that leadership, especially going into World Cup qualification. Yes, you have a Levi Garcia, but Levi is a player. He's not really a leader. He has to concentrate on what he has to concentrate on, not the organization of the team. And
So what about Garcia?
What, you talking about Levi?
No,
No.
Garcia, the centre back.
He's a newcomer.
He's a newcomer.
Oh,
Yeah, newcomer and don't have that experience with World Cup qualification. This is World Cup qualification. So from that aspect, I was trying to find a place for, my captain, who is Aubrey David. He is solid. There's nobody who plays harder than Aubrey for me. And in terms of wanting or having that die-hard person there, Aubrey is that person for me. He will give blood for his country.
Let me tell you something, experience. Your captain, if you ever notice, always down the middle. So they have the balance.
Yes.
So if Aubrey goes to a wing-back position, I think that would off balance the whole.
I like
system.
Aubrey in the middle. That's the first thing I said.
If to captain the team, you captain from the middle.
From the middle, yes.
And what do you like about him coming from Central?
Who, Aubrey?
Yeah.
That will even be better. Like if he's one of the two holding that you have, that will even be better because he will be in the middle of the park and he will be better able to communicate both forward and backward, right and left. So that will even be better for me as him being one of the holding right midfielders.
Hold again, but that is going to offset the thing as well because he, now in a new position that he's not comfortable with.
I think Aubrey is comfortable in any position at this stage, right? But again, the first thing I said is I want Aubrey in his original position as one of the sweepers. But I'm going with Ahkeela's team in terms of her analysis of the two central defenders, and their form at this point in time. And I didn't want to offset her back line, her two central defenders. I would have put Aubrey in one of those positions.
But she's not putting her in. She's saying.
But she's telling Angus who to pick and where.
Well, yeah, but she's saying.
He owned the team
find
completely.
a new captain.
No, and
get somebody else as a new captain.
And that's what I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing for World Cup qualification. There's not a club game. This is World Cup qualification. And you have to have somebody that has that type of experience leading the team. If you had that before, well, fine. But I don't think Angus is going to remove his captain.
No.
Yeah, no. Angus is not going to remove Aubrey out of that right central midfield position at all.
Not right now.
Not right now.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And now Ahkeela said, Levi left and Gil, right? With two strikers in the middle?
One. With more in the middle.
So 1, 2, 3, 5,
Dante.
9, 10. So,
so Dante Dante playing right behind
Dante
them.
Right behind.
Dante.
Okay.
And the two of them sitting in the Pura and Andrew and the Philip guy.
I like the team, but it was just the omission of Aubrey that I had an issue.
No, yes, I love Aubrey. I just thinking World Cup game, need to win, you know what I mean? And just based on the form right now, like Raymond is great. And it's a toss-up between Alvin and Aubrey. And if I have to go between Alvin and Aubrey, I'll choose Jones because of what he brings to the table. His versatility in the attack and in the defense.
I would move Alvin from there, but Angus is going to put Aubrey
for sure.
in the center of his defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Center of his defense.
But then he will drop Truman and put him there.
Right, okay. Yeah. So,
yeah,
that is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Aubrey is, me as a goalkeeper as well, right? I right back in the day, the coach always used to come and ask me if I am in goal, who I want in front of me.
Yeah.
So I was one of those to pick my defenders, especially the two in front of me. And you always have who you want in front of you, and I will pick that.
Because I love Levi. I mean, but he wants to run at a defense.
Yeah, no, Levi has to.
He has to come on wing position.
Yeah.
You need him facing the goal.
What about the other Jones? Joven, yeah.
He's not selected.
Oh, not selected. Okay.
You put Joven in the team?
No, I don't know. I just asked. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's out of form.
He's
If he's
injured.
attached. Who he's playing with? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him.
We all have been that point when it's almost time to go.
Right. Okay.
So we lose the enthusiasm, the motivation to put in the work.
Right. Understood.
And I think Joven
is at that position. Right. Okay.
So now I think we definitely need to give the young guy a chance. I think you have a good squad.
Yeah.
Because we have players on the bench who could come, like Mocket, who could come in and change the game second half. You know, you mentioned the Woodley.
Yeah.
You know, he could come in for that last. He maybe have about a 30-25 minutes in, and we could throw him inside of there. You know, Telfer,
right.
Could come in as well. This
who
is
I like very much. Right. Let me ask you a question. In terms of, because when you're thinking of players to have an impact on the team, would it be better to start Telfer, or do you think he can have that impact as a substitute versus the other guy having that impact when he comes on, having Telfer start, you know, he is fresh and so on. We know you have to consider substitutes if they can have the impact on the game or not when they come on. Who do you think will be better in terms of starting Ryan Telfer and bringing on who you had, the Raymond guy? Is Raymond?
Yeah, Raymond.
Right. Would Raymond be a better impact if he comes off the bench versus as a shock to the Grenadians versus Telfer coming on with his lethargic kind of, because when somebody comes on, you want them to inject a measure of pace and dynamism to the team. You don't want them coming to.
So let me hold you right in. That is why I love where you now said it. That is why I see like what on Wednesday night, because of the team I going over the team Angus selected, right? We need to shock Grenada from the get go.
Okay.
We need. I know Angus more reserved as a coach, but I would love to see the line of confrontation he's going to play on Wednesday.
Right.
If he's going to go, or you're going to go on the back foot.
So, let me ask this question then. If Grenada holds us to that shock, that initial shock, what are the keys that we have in the second half to give them another shock? Do we have that?
Yeah.
On the bench still?
Yeah.
Right, with Mocket and
Mocket.
Right. Okay.
We have like I said, Woodley,
right.
Telfer.
So you feel Telfer, because for me, Telfer is he has a little bit of speed, but I don't know if for me he's someone that I will bring off the bench. That I think that he can inject that. I don't know.
Experience again. You put your best team where you think it carries for the whole game. You don't
Correct.
play to bring somebody off the bench. And then if it's not working, you look into and see what we have on the bench to give us some life.
Yeah, like Gil life now. We need that from that start.
So
and Levi on one side is like dynamic.
So Telfer, in terms of his past performances in the last Gold Cup and so on, he scored a significant amount of goals. That's all.
I could be wrong. I don't think they want to talk about, but I don't think he was initially in the squad now. 2 players came and got injured. He was
off. So from that perspective,
I could be wrong.
Okay, all right.
But I think he was a late inclusion.
But I'm looking from his performances in the last international competitions, and he scored some. Yeah, right. Especially outside of the 18, and he hits the ball very well and so on.
I just think in the 12th man is the crowd, and with playing at home, we need to go at Grenada.
Yeah, we do.
from the get-go.
Yeah, we do.
And we need that spark from that team.
Yeah, from the start.
Just
yeah,
from
yeah,
that start.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I know, because if we wanted that kind of labor, then I would have thrown in Rampersad in the middle there that played in Canada. He captain of South Africa, and Rampersad.
Yeah.
I could see Amber starting him as well too, but I'm just saying, but I feel we need to go out with a spark.
Yeah. Understood, I agree.
Yeah, I like your idea of bringing Levi from running wide and let him, especially from the left, and cut in. I think he's the most dangerous that way.
Yeah.
And this boy up front, I like him.
Quality. More, I love him.
More can score.
Yeah.
And we have to concentrate a little bit more on him. I don't think he is getting his fair share, but I think he could be our top scorer right now. He's in tune. And he always impressed me like that. Anyhow, we need to take a break though, but when we come back, we'll pick up on where we left off. Viewers will be right back after the short break.
I come from a place where only happy people.
Hi, I am Nigel. Quote Me Today is your daily motivational segment to start your day right. Join me Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. right here on NCBN. Remember, wake up with a smile. Today is your day.
Push up your hand, yeah. We see bodies, push up your hand, yeah. God bless this land, yeah. So we go jam down, oh la la. So we go wind down, oh yeah. So we go jam down, oh la la. So we go wind down, and in the come to mash up, what's up the place? I come to mash up, what's up the place? I come to mash up, what's up the place?
Yeah, pass the fellas. Need the way that I mean. So welcome. Alright. Is that alright? Unity. There you go. Unity. Better about brick session. When you pass the ball, rainbow. Crossover, come back around. Score. Alright, keeper. Hold on.
I'm in charge of this session here today. Right? So go back there with the rest of men. The goalkeeper go in the goal.
You tell him.
Recommend the short man. I don't know. Somebody bring him. Will you recognize anything going on with this man? Footwear?
I said be a football coach, man.
So that is that national team. But you go on the bench. You ain't serious. Find your position over there.
Alright, my coach, man.
You go over there. Them fella feel like come to watch. 12 man.
Quite up there.
Yeah, bro. 2026 World Cup starts now.
Trying to be versus Grenada.
June 5th is the Crawford Stadium.
7:30. See you there.
Remember, Spanner. Waiters?
Spanner.
Everybody. Spanner. And then what?
Rainbow.
Spanner and?
Rainbow.
Spanner and?
Rainbow.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right?
What's up the place? I come to mash up, what's up the place? I come to mash up, what's up the place?
Trinbago Heritage, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on NCBNTT Television Network.
Okay, welcome back, viewers. Okay, Ahkeela, you know, when we have you, we have to get the most out of you as we can because not all we can get you. I get Clarke here all the time. So I want to hear your feelings on our women football, and they played a game or so.
Yeah.
I want to get your take on that, and see how we can make ourselves better.
Well, our national team left the show last Friday to play in a tournament in Curacao. We won our first game against Aruba 2-0. Then we beat Curacao, right, in the second game.
Yeah.
That was 2-1, right? And then we lost yesterday to the same team that we beat first time 2-0. Aruba 1-0 yesterday. So I can't wrap my head around that because it obviously meant that Aruba went and did their
some
homework.
yeah. And we didn't.
And we
Right,
didn't.
we went in thinking that we beat them 2-0 again, so it's easy going.
Yeah. And lose the second. We lose yesterday 1-0. So
Well, adjustments will be by the team who lose, not the team who win. If you win, what adjustment you will make? Unless there is something drastic. But
I don't agree with that statement, but
it is true. Look at the NBA. Always the team that loses come back and win because they make it.
not always. I always think that right, no game is perfect, and therefore I always have adjustments I to make to the team, because if I won 2-0, maybe I could have won 3-0 or 4-0. I am not satisfied that 2-0 scoreline is the most dangerous scoreline, because anytime that score comes back to 2-1, the momentum is normally with the other team. So I am never satisfied with a 2-0 scoreline right in any game, because if they took one of their chances at some point in time, then we would have been on the back foot. So I always think that there are adjustments that I have to make. I mean, in the past, and it seems like it's happening still, Trinidadians always have that lackadaisical approach, especially if they are winning. And, you know, it is always very hard to motivate a team that thinks that they are better than the other team. Always very hard. And we have not started, sometimes it comes in and out, but the psychological aspect of football, the TTFA or whatever you call them now, they don't want to spend money on that aspect of football, to making sure that the players and the national teams are psychologically prepared for these type of tournaments. That is an aspect of football that is extremely important, but we don't pay attention to it. So that is a psychological, right? I just beat you 2 days ago, 2-0. I am going into this game more relaxed. And that is where the right psychologist comes in and keeps your mind where it's supposed to be for every single game. For every single game, because the game is only won on the field. That is what I have grown up learning. Football is a game that the results will be shown.
The game is played on the field,
on the field on the day. Not by past results, not on paper. The game is played on the field. So we have always had that problem. The TTFA needs to pay more attention to the psychological aspect of the game, right to have that problem go away.
And you believe that is what I was going to touch on. That result is just a reflection, not just what you said there. Like for me, that's my background. I studied psychology, and for me, it's a mental thing. Like I remember when I graduated, when I was about to pick my major in school, my mom wanted me to study physical education because she was thinking about if football and workout was the easiest job you could come back and really get here that you engage in. And I told her, no, I love psychology, which is the mind. And I knew how powerful the mind is in order to accomplish anything. And that result there is just a reflection of our mindset here. Sometimes I think not
so
just
they
in sports.
have a resource. They have a resource right here that they could have sent with the women's team, but they don't want to pay Ahkeela. That is what it is.
But you had I was not going to say the same thing. Is because not just on the women's side. If you look at the under 20 and the under 17 boys,
all throw football.
Yeah, every time they will play 2 games, they will win the first and lose the second. That's a mental.
So you're back to what I said though. It's not adjustment. Maybe
it's psychological adjustment.
Yeah.
Psychological adjustment.
No, but they're not motivated enough. Yeah, you're right. When people win, they come, oh, they're easy.
Yeah.
And they don't give you the right, put the right effort in. And every single game, every single play, if we can do that, if we can concentrate 90 minutes, it's very hard to beat us.
Yes.
Yeah, but we as players, well, we're not as players as well, but you have to get to your players. Every time you step on our field, you send a message to your opposition.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now those Aruba girls, they're not studying. They score 2-0 scoring. They're studying the last 1-0 score.
And we study in that as well. We get bit, so we have a psychological
because we live in Curacao.
Right, with a loss.
With a loss. Our recent game against them was a loss.
Right.
And to me, they have won the battle.
Correct.
You understand? Correct. And that is the key there. So for me, that's what I said. That's why it's disheartening to see now. Because even though on the series, you could call it a 1-1 because we won 1, they won 1.
And we won by better goal difference.
Exactly. But our last experience with them, against them, was a loss.
But not only that, Ahkeela. In the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, and you talk about Jamaica, but people see Trinidad and Tobago as the mecca of football. So when you beat Trinidad, that psychological advantage that they get, not just the 1-0, because if they beat Grenada 1-0, it will be a different kind of motivation than when they beat Trinidad 1-0. So it's a totally different type of motivation. And we need to understand that. Yeah. That when we go there, a draw for Barbados, Grenada, Curacao is a win for them. Yes. And we need to be psychologically prepared to know that anytime we go on a football field, as Trinidad and Tobago, we have to win, and we have to win convincingly, or else we will come away, even if it's a draw, we end up going to the tournament, we would have lost that battle. But we don't have that type of energy and enthusiasm in football. Again, back in our days, Steve, we used to see when we going to play against another country, that it was war. Not physical war, and you're going to be aggressive and try to hurt somebody. But that was the mentality that we had. It was country against country. It was not a game. This was our battle, and we had to come out victorious in this battle. But I don't know if that is what it is now. Ahkeela, maybe you can share.
Yeah, because Steve, it started leadership. Because for me, I've been real. I'm going to say it as real as I can. For me, why I say start with leadership for, if the head coach that is on that duty there right now, he had 9 opportunities of coaching that program on a national women's program. So for me, trust me when I tell you, my team would have to come with a win. Because you know why? Everybody's watching me. Because I got 9 opportunities in that position. How that's going to reflect me as a coach yet again?
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, that is where is coming now. Is that, and that's why, we keep saying that we keep recycling the same set of leaders. Is because they keep getting opportunities but producing the same results. So it's not that you're taking a bash at anyone, but for me, if I have given yet another chance, but till last dollar, I had to come out there with all the victories. You know what I mean? Because that would reflect how much opportunities I got.
Correct. And you still getting the same or mediocre results.
Same results. You understand?
Who are some of the girls that we have that through our live wire on that team? Because I don't know this.
No, we don't have. The only senior player they have there right now is Vicky Swift. She's the captain. She's centre back. But
Swift?
no, yeah, Swift.
That's the one who played outside.
Yeah, Victoria Swift. Yeah,
Victoria?
she's the captain. She plays
Okay.
centre back.
Oh, she's the captain now?
Yeah, she take over from Karen Forbes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the only senior there.
But she never used to be like a big, well, not big player, but a dominant player. She was always a player in the team. Now she's like the top player.
Yeah, I would say because
You see, in your days and Maylee and you guys were more.
Yeah, no, she's
that now.
She's that now.
So she's the backbone of the
She's
team.
backbone, but there's no leadership.
Right.
And sorry to say like this, they can't really blame the players because we had no succession planning.
No succession
There was
planning.
no structure in place. I
And
think
that
you
is not
mentioned it
just with
before.
women's football. That is our entire footballing structure. No succession planning at all.
No.
And that is why you have players being making their debut at 24 and 25.
So why we not blaming the association? Because we had 2 games. I haven't heard of that. We don't push that enough. We don't expose the girls enough. We don't give them enough recognition. How can I be motivated if I am not getting the push from the association?
Well, to be in all fairness, I gotta be fair. I got to get jacket. This association this regime is pretty much new, so I yet to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had to be all fair and get them. They just you. But for me, I played for Trinidad for 19 years, and I must say, over the years, it's because nobody wants the name to be run over, so everybody played safe. But they fail to realize that football,
Explain that to me. I don't understand that.
What's that? What part?
Right, what do you mean that, right? Nobody wants their name to be run over and they want to play it safe.
For example, when may you rest in peace, but when John Williams was alive, right? He hired Carolina Morachi. We had her here, right? I think we'd pay her close to $3 to $4 million and we bought her here, right? To me, that was a great move. So somebody like myself, I was very excited to have or learn from her because I know once I finish play, I would want to transition into coaching. So while I played in Sweden or different countries, I would have learned from my coaches. So she's just another stepping stone for me to learn from. And so when they brought her in, they housed her down in the stadium.
At Savanetta?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it? The stadium down here.
Right, Mani Ramjan?
Right, Mani Ramjan. It had some condos right there. And our training was moved from typical 4:35. I think our training during those time were like 6:30, 6 o'clock, whatever. So it was more convenient for her because of the temperature, the weather and everything, right? Which was fine, right? But when that happened, right? Time training finished, it was like 8 o'clock. Then you had to do ice bath, 8:30, sometimes even 9 o'clock. Some kids going into environments like where I'm from, Londonville, Enterprise, different. I remember players coming from all over. So a player like myself, I wrote an email to our manager then and say that we need to look at the safety of players because when you deal with females different from males. So you approach the women game different from the male game. You know what I mean? And it backfire because no you would hear misinformation. Hey, this player had a run-in with the coach, that player had a, but it wasn't like that now. Nobody dare tell the coach, hey, let's go and revisit the time or revisit this. So I ended up leaving the program because for me I had to think about my safety, and mind you, football was never a money thing for me.
Right, yeah. It wasn't a money thing for anybody playing for the national
It
team.
wasn't a money thing for me, but it was a money thing.
You just stayed where you were.
I just hear people say the world to say about John Williams. I'm going to share something with you. I played 19 years in national team. And I have been under a lot of association that we never got paid. Under him, we got paid.
Yes.
You understand? And I was one of those players that went to that program there and was offered, at that time, for the top performing athletes, footballers there, I think we're going to get like 8,500, 9,000 a month. John Williams did that.
Yes.
People, I hear people saying the word, and when there's something, I can only, your interaction with me is only testimony I can get to other people.
Correct, yeah.
You understand? So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I could just give my testimony for
Yeah.
what he did for the program, right?
Yeah, Steve
And-
don't like when I talk about him though, but that's all right.
Oh,
He
no.
won't tell you anything.
Oh, sorry. But
Yeah.
you understand?
No, that's not true.
So,
You just over talk about it. That's
oh, yeah. So when I walk away, it was no money thing because I would have been received. I could have hushed my mouth.
Correct. And
I could have zipped my mouth.
It was principle.
It was principle, and the principle was some people come from tough areas, and we need to. Fear is fear. We need to
And then if you're arriving for 6:30, you're leaving about 5:30, 5 o'clock sometimes, and that is in the wee hour. Safety is important.
Safety is important. So that's what I mean. Like a player like myself, somebody was like, "Hey, let's revisit the time. Let's but it doesn't always be like that.
Yes.
Somebody might just stay quiet and don't say anything.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Mm-hmm.
We run out of time.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have you back. You'll be back for sure. I want to thank you, Ahkeela, and you, Anthony Clarke, for being here. Appreciate you guys.
Always a pleasure, Steve.
Great. Viewers, thank you for tuning in every Tuesday night at 8. NCBNTT, thanks for the opportunity. We have a Facebook page. You can check us out, and we have an email address. FeederDreamsTT@gmail.com. You can drop us a line. This show has ended. Go in peace. I'm Steve David. That's Ahkeela Moland, and that's Anthony Clarke. Good night.
Good night.
Right.